Hi everyone. In this video, let us try to troubleshoot the problem when the VDA server or VDA machine gets unregistered when it is trying to communicate with the controller. So let's try to troubleshoot. Let's try to do some troubleshooting steps and try to fix this problem. So very first thing you have to check when you log into the Citrix Studio console is when you get the machine which is in unregistered state. Let's click on this. One second. Okay. So it says, okay, the power state is on. It means the machine is on. It is not turned off, and the registration status is unregistered. So it looks like the machine is on. Let's go and check in the Citrix sensor console. So this is my Citrix VDA. Okay. So it's on. So let's try to log into this machine and see. One second. Okay, let's try to log into this machine. Okay, I'm typing my credentials. Okay. So this is my VDA machine, guys. This is going to take a while, so please bear with me. So whenever you get unregistered, it's there is something you need to check from the VDA end. Like you could check the services, you can also check the network connectivity and other things. So the very first thing is you need to log into the VDA server or VDA machine to troubleshoot the problem. So, so let's see from controller side. From controller, if you want to check the services, okay, just from controller side, everything seems up. You see Citrix AD identity, Citrix host service, Citrix licensing, Citrix remote broker. So everything looks good from the controller side. Let's go back to VDA machine. So Citrix VDA machine unregistered is one of the important issues that you experience in real time. So whenever you work in any Citrix project, you get at least a couple of issues in the queue saying that the machine is unregistered, and you get these tickets into the queue and you have to accept it and start working on it. So if this is a single user issue, then this could be priority three issue. But if it is like maybe 50 users or 60, 100 users are affected, then it could be P1 or P2 issue. So I'm running this lab in my laptop. So I think the resources are utilized. Most of the resources are utilized. That is why it is taking a while to log into the machine. So we finally logged into the machine. So what we can do is let's cancel this. Okay. So there is some kind of bug on Citrix Zen server. If you see the cursor, there is a tiny dot right next to it. So it is literally taking a while for me to click the right options. So see. So what you can do is just let's try to go to search and go to services. Click services. Check whether the Citrix service is running or not. Okay. So let's, okay, you see Citrix desktop service, it is already in started state. So you make sure that all the Citrix related services are up, especially Citrix desktop service or Citrix ICA service. So these services should be up on the VDA machine or VDA server. So let's minimize this. And also you can also check like whether the VDA agent itself is installed or not. So that is one thing you can check before checking the services. So I'll just take you to that screen. Give me a second. This is confusing guys, a little bit, sorry for that. Okay, so what we can do is we can check. So even before you check the services, you can just check whether the VDA agent is installed or not. Okay, so you see that virtual delivery agent is already installed. This is the first thing to do when you log into the VDA machine, whether the VDA agent is installed or somebody has, uninstalled it, or if it is not yet installed. So first check this. Once it is installed, then you can go and check the services from services console. And once that is done, and we can minimize this. So you can check like whether you are able to communicate with the Citrix controller or not. For that, what you can do is, okay. Sorry guys, this is a bug on Zen server and it is really troubling me to navigate to various options. So what we can do is, we can actually go to command prompt and see whether we can actually ping the controller server. So let's go to ping. So this is my controller. Hit enter. Ping request could not find host controller.marriage.com. Please check the name and try again. Okay, let's try with the IP address and see how it goes. Ping the IP address of my controller. Let's IP config. So this is the IP address of the delivery controller. So 192.168.160.129. 192.168.160.129 FNT. Okay, it's pinging. So there is a communication between controller and the media agent. So what we can do is we can just increase the size of this. Okay, so it means that the VDA agent is communicating fine with the controller. So we can just go back and check the status once again. Let's refresh, see if it is registered or unregistered. Still unregistered. So sometimes it takes a while actually, the machine boots up and the services also takes a while to get into starting state. So what we can do is we can try to do some other troubleshooting steps. So this is the troubleshooting guide that the troubleshooting steps that we can follow. So first thing what we did was we checked whether the VDA software is installed on the machine. So it was installed, we checked it. And we should also check whether the VDA machine domain membership. So we have to make sure that the machine which is trying to connect with the controller, is it part of the domain? So if you have, if all these machines should be communicating with some domain controller before it gets registered, but my machine is already communicating with the domain controller and it's part of the domain, you can just check that if you want. So you can just go back and see. If you type IP config / all, okay, okay. So you get a lot of information like this. So what you can do is, it says you're part of the domain, naresh.com local domain. It says, if you see here, naresh.com, it's domain, primary DNS suffix, dnaresh.com. So the machine is already part of the domain. So whenever you get unregistered issue, you should also check whether the machine is part of the domain. That's also the other thing you need to check. And then let's try some other troubleshooting steps. VDA communication port availability. Check required ports are open and not being used by other applications. So basically for VDA to communicate with the delivery controller, the ports need to be open, port 80 and also port 443 in some scenarios. So if the ports are blocked, then the VDA machine would not be able to communicate with the controller and the machine would get into unregistered state. So let's check if the ports are open or blocked. I'm just running a lab environment. So in my scenario, I just want to make sure whether uh, the firewall is off or not. So let's okay. Please bear with me, guys. So let's click search and type firewall.cpl. So, oh, so you see that this domain firewall is on. So let's try to turn off the firewall. Okay. You need to make sure that the firewall is off. So I'm just trying to turn off the firewall in my lab environment and see how it goes. Okay, turn off. This is already off, so I'll just click OK. Okay, so it's everything is off. The firewall is off. Now let's go back to Citrix Studio and check if the machine would get into registered state or not. So let's try to refresh. let's wait a few seconds and see. Seems like the machine is still in unregistered state. So this could be another issue as well. So we have already checked the VDA service status and the Windows firewall configuration. We have already checked ensure firewall not blocking VDA communication. So you should also check whether the time settings on your VDA machine and the controller is the same. Okay, so let's check the controller time, which is 10:18 in the morning. Now let's go back to controller, I'm sorry, the VDA agent. If you go back to the VDA agent, let's minimize this and yeah. So it says the time is 10:19. If you have just seen the information on the screen, it's 10:19 in the morning. And here on my controller as well, it is showing 10:19. So it's not a problem with the time synchronization. So whenever you see a time difference between the controller and the VDA machine, you need to change the time on the VDA machine. If it is showing like 12 p.m. in the afternoon, then you need to change the time just to make sure that it is matching the controller. Okay, so if the controller is 12 p.m., you have to make sure that the VDA agent is also 12 p.m. If it is 9 a.m., VDA agent should also be 9 a.m. Okay, so that's a thing. So in this scenario, there is no time synchronization issue. So this could be some other problem. So let's try some other troubleshooting steps. Let's try to check the DNS information once and see how it goes. Okay, so we are back. So let's go to ncpl.cpl and go to the network connections. Okay, these are my network adapters. So just click on it. Okay, so it's taking a while. Let's try once again. Let's right click. Okay, it opened just it just opened. So let's click on TCP/IP IPv4. So here it says obtain DNS server address automatically and obtain IP address automatically. So let's check the DNS server information on controller. Okay, let's type ipconfig all. So here if you see, the controller is pointing to the DNS server 192.168.160.183. Okay, let's see what VDA machine is doing. Let's cancel this. Okay, sorry for it. Let's cancel once again. Okay, so I don't know why it is running Windows Network Diagnostics, but let's wait. Okay, resolving problems. Okay, let's close this. Let's minimize. So I was checking the DNS server information on the controller, and it was pointing to one particular IP. And if you go back to the video machine, and if you check the details, here you see that the DNS server is pointing to 192.168.160.153. Okay, so if you check the controller, it is pointing the DNS, I mean the controller is pointing to the DNS server 192.168.160.183, but the media machine, but for some reason it is pointing to 192.168.160.153. So let us do one thing. Let us change the DNS details and see how it goes. And cpl.cpl once again. Let's change it. Let's right click properties. Okay, let's change the, let's assign the IP address 192.168.160.183. 183. Let's cross check. Okay, it's 192.168.160.183. Okay, 192.168.160.183. And let's give alternate DNS server details as well. Let's just type 4. Let's give 422. Sorry, 2. Okay. Let's click OK. Okay, so let's click OK once again. So let's go back and cross check whether the settings have been applied successfully or not. Let's cross check once again. I don't know, it is not taking it. Let's try once again. 192, 168, 160, 183, 4, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, let's click OK. This bug is really bothering me, guys. I'm sorry for that. It's so confusing to click the options and uh, okay. Okay, I click OK. Okay. Now let us just go back to the video machine and let's check if we are getting the right IP. Okay, so IP config /all. Okay, now if you see the DNS server of the VDA agent, it is pointing to 192.168.160.183. It is same as delivery controller. Okay, so if you look at the delivery controller, its DNS server is 192.168.160.183. Here, the machine is also, I mean, the VDA machine is also pointing to the right DNS server now. So let us go back to Citrix Studio and check the status. Okay, let's click Studio and click refresh. If you see the status now, it is in registered state. So this was the problem, guys. So basically, we had to do a lot of troubleshooting. When a machine goes unregistered, it could be various reasons that I have mentioned in this particular video. You have to check all these things. But in this particular scenario, the video machine is not pointing to the right DNS server that we have verified it, that we have corrected it in the end. And that is the reason why the machine is now in registered state. So I hope you find this information helpful. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. Thank you very much.